me so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'm a slow.
Back now on EA Sports at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. It's the Niners in possession of the football as we get back into the action in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at
officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This is Gordon. Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's the former Raven fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Nasir Adderley making like his Hall of Fame cousin Herb as he gets a hand in to knock it away.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Loss on the play.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Throwing on 1st down. Rose. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Here's Dobbins. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 34. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the 1st half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. This one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
At the 36-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. There goes Melvin Gordon. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they need.
And now off to the races down the right side. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustles.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
And that one makes this a 19-point game. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. And they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On first and 10, Rose, quick slant to Brown, and they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Patrick Queen.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll return it from the 6. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Duvernay.
Can't be denied, boy.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 78 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off.
The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Check 3, check 3. Check 30.
Throwing to start the drive. Rose. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20.
1st down.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 21 yards away, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
To kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They run it here with Gordon. Breaks a tackle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Quarterback sacked. Fumbled on
The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Has some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
25-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown there to make the grab. And the Ravens capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Check, check. Coming after you. Switch it, switch it. Back.
On first down, Rose. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check 43. Hey, twist.
Looking to throw. Rose. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll roll him out right. And that's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Rose. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again. Rose steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. On the move. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw on 2nd down. Rose. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens add on. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
1-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the third time. Picked up by Patrick Queen. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And got you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On fourth down, Rose. And he is going to lose yardage here. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 11. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And 5 at the 16-yard line.
Now Garoppolo. And his throw here is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Garoppolo to Ayuk, first down 49ers. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the...
Now Garoppolo lost the football.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled? At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And quickly they get to the line.
The 18-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Alexander.
On 4th down, Rose. And it is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Well, that's the fourth time that they've tried to go for it on fourth down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
First down, Baltimore.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Rose. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. After a month of subpar football, this team finally notches their first win of the season.
They can certainly breathe a momentary sigh of relief, can't they? But they also know there's plenty of work still to be done. The 1992 San Diego Chargers still remain the only team in NFL history that made the playoffs after starting their year 0-4, so they've got a big hill to climb.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gold.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's love.
I was pleased with how I played, and it felt like Coach's confidence was returning also. I really believe we had a decent chance of turning the season around. It's funny that such a short and simple conversation can be such a turning point. But in retrospect, we probably had already reached the turning point by then.
today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. Their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but Still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in needing to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And if you're leading this organization, one of the things you're making sure everyone understands, this isn't about playing for draft picks. This is about playing for victories.
At their own 25-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Rose. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me,
it's caught inside the 25.
Boy, you ain't got no
and all the way in. Touchdown. Marquise Brown with a... Lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Jaguars, nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Williams now on the return. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Jaguars take over.
The Jaguars ready to go offensively for the first time with Gardner Minshew, former 6th-round pick at QB. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. Harvin the intended target, and now it's second down.
Intended for his tight end. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Out of the gun is Minshew. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Jaguars.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
The carry for Jacksonville.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week. 14 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, it's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
But Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
On 1st and 10, Rose. He'll buy some time right. He's going deep for Brown. And this one is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turn.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
D.D. Westbrook. His intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 9 yards.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards altogether. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On 1st down, Rose. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for... And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. What a first quarter. Boom, you're up 3 scores just like that, and the offense clicking.
And they're thinking to themselves, we can totally overwhelm this team. Now flip it over. They're going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Can't panic here. Talk to yourselves one play at a time to try and get back in.
And that's cliche, but really that's the message. This is still very early on in the game. We're in the first quarter.
If you look at it as down 20, then you almost have no shot.
Taken at the 15, a short. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Recovered by the Ravens.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Throwing to start the drive. Rose. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. So, Charles, you think about this ball game, really, the stakes could not be much higher, especially for a contest. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, Right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, Williams. Now increase here as he's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
33-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
Here's Minshew. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matthew Judon in there to take him down. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Off-play action. Rose. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 71 yards. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it, it's scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over it.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. Dancing to his left. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants in the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
32-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
35. Jaguars, nothing.
Looking to throw on second down. Rose. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
I don't know what the heck.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And a route is on here in this first half.
Good kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Williams to return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
At the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw it. Minshew toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
By Patrick Queen.
Minshew sets to throw. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And
accelerating, and off he goes.
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is.
He'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 64 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Ravens.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 20 on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Williams now on the return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. Hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Minshew, first and 10. The open man is Westbrook. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
A shotgun give to Fournette. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Just like that.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Doug Marrone can only shake his head. His guys are turned away, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach,
he's got a man complete. 30,
Showtime, baby.
20, 10, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 21st touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
and it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guys covering take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by them. And once he's by them, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
3, Jaguars nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, Williams. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, The coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
10 yards to go.
On third down, Fournette. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens add on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. From the gun, Rose. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there. Second down.
At the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
now Minshew. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. To throw again on second down. Minshew. Connection made with Shenault. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. It'll be Minshew again. The pass underneath for Fournette. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. And that'll be incomplete. So we've come upon an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Jaguars nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. But gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Second and 9.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Minshew going to be intercepted from the third
Take off your helmet and give me a kiss next
Picked
time.
off by Nasir Adderley. 20! And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Rose. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the Jaguars' 4-yard line.
Off play action. Rose. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Williams to return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down.